What's up, you guys? It's Gage from ARG. We're going to be talking about Wavering Eyes, one of the promos to be released in the Crossed Souls Special Edition, Advanced Edition. Something like that. It's the big box things. Those things. Wavering Eyes, it's a quick play spell card, and it has the effect of destroy as many cards in each player's Pendulum zones as possible. Then apply these effects in sequences depending on the number of cards destroyed by this card effect. 1 or more, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. 2 or more, you can add 1 Pendulum monster from your main deck to your hand. 3 or more, you can banish 1 card on the field. And 4 or more, you can add 1 Wavering Eyes from your deck to the hand. So looking at this card alone, it actually does have a lot of utility popping Pendulum zones only, and it's really comparable to that of either Spell Shattering Arrow or Fairy Wind. You can compare it to the two for popping face-up cards, and mostly Pendulum zones is what they've been used for. Looking at the plus sides of it, from 2 up, you actually do get a lot of value out of this one card, being able to A, search a Pendulum monster, B, banish monsters, or C, add another copy of it to your hand, so you can do it all over again. Something also very interesting to note, which I think this is how it's going to work since it's worded in sequences, you're able to do up to all 4 if you do hit all 4. Looking at this card alone, it's a phenomenal choice to side deck against Pendulum mirror matches. That is if you don't have Pendulum monsters on your side of the board, but even if you do, you will get insane value out of it. Ideally, you're going to be wanting to pop your opponent's 2 face up and then search 1 Pendulum monster from your own, so you don't really lose advantage yourself popping your own 2 spots. But let's say we're playing a deck like Ritual Beasts, which do actually play that one little Pendulum girl thing. I forget what it's called, but it's like a level 3. It's the penguin and the girl. That thing. Imagine playing that in the main deck and then side decking this against Cliff Forts. If we're able to hit their both Pendulum zones, we're able to get a free search for that 1 monster we have in our deck, that 1 Pendulum monster. In my eyes, that probably is the most ideal situation you want to get out of this card, popping 2 to search 1 while not disrupting your own 2 Pendulum zones. But if you do, I'm happy for the fact that it does kind of make up for your own disadvantage by giving you, if you have all 4, another copy of the card, as well as banishing a monster on the field and then searching one of your own. So you're really not losing advantage or pretty much going even. But just in general, in my eyes, popping your Pendulum zones is just no bueno. You don't want to do that. Although I guess I am kind of appreciative for the fact that they do try to make up for that, and then they give you a recurable disruption card that you're able to get back to hand, so it pretty much prevents your opponent from playing 2 more Pendulum zones to really try to get things going, because you just searched another copy of Wavering Eyes, and if they want to try to be fancy, just flip it up, and then they're giving you a free Pendulum monster. Sounds pretty cool to me. Now looking at this card, will it replace a card like Fairy Wind, or will it replace a card like Spell Shattering Arrows in the Cliff Fort matchup? I don't really think so. Fairy Wind is just probably an infinitely better card since Cliff Forts is the deck that is known to play Floodgates, and Fairy Wind hits Floodgates as well as the Pendulum zones, and they're only on your opponent's side, I believe. So it's really making up for it. Don't quote me on Fairy Wind just being their side. I think it is, but I'm not completely 100% positive. Although I will stand by the fact that I think it is better against the Cliff Fort matchup, just Fairy Wind in general. As long as cards like Recreate, Skill Drain, Lose a Turn, and all those floodgates are going to exist, I think Fairy Wind's just going to be better against that matchup. But against a Pendulum mirror match, I think this card can really shine. I get it, the only really dominant Pendulum deck we have right now is Cliff Forts, so it's a Cliff Fort mirror match, and Fairy Wind is still kind of really better in that. But if any other Pendulum deck really arises, I think this card is really going to see a lot of play, and I really like the artwork on this card too. It actually looks phenomenal. So Wavering Eyes, I think it's a fantastic card, and I think we're just going to be waiting until we find this card's true potential later in the future. ARG stands for a Rambling Gnome, and it also conveniently stands for Alter Reality Games. If you guys want to buy or sell product, if you want to attend high-level events, and if you want to read articles from the toppest of top of players, AlterRealityGames.com is your place to go check out. Be sure to like our Facebook fan page and subscribe to our Twitch stream if you haven't already. But as always, I thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. Gage from ARG, signing out.